Hello, this is Dan's show on the tube. I'm Dan, and these are the AEW Wrestledream results. Jet Speed faced off with FTR. The match had already started before the show began. FTR won with a crossbody block, and Stokely Hathaway held down Speedball Mike Bailey's legs. I don't really like either team, so it didn't really matter much to me either way. Tekla faced Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter won with the Haterade. I don't see what anybody in AEW sees in Jamie Hayter. She reminds me of a Timu version of Becky Lynch. She's not anything spectacular, yet she continuously wins on AEW television, and I just don't get it. Jurassic Express faced the Young Bucks in a $500,000 match. Jurassic Express won with a flip into a powerbomb. I was glad to see that. I don't really like the Young Bucks. I'm not a big Jurassic Express fan, but I don't like the Young Bucks. The Demand faced the Hurt Syndicate in a tornado tag match, and the Hurt Syndicate won with a spear by Bobby Lashley. I like this result. I love the Hurt Syndicate. I think they're a great team. I think they need to do even more with them than they've been doing. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher in the fifth match of a best of five for the TNT Championship. Kyle Fletcher won with a top turnbuckle brainbuster. I really thought Mark Briscoe should have won that match. In the title, Mark Briscoe's in that territory where people really like him and he does well, but when he gets into a big match, he finds a way to lose. And when you're that way for two consistently, what happens is people lose faith in you and you drop down the card. I want to see him win some big matches and get pushed further along. Chris Statlander faced Timeless Toni Storm for the Women's AEW World Championship, and Chris Statlander won with a Saturday Night Special. No way should that have happened. Toni Storm is the best female wrestler on the roster other than Mercedes Moné, and Statlander's not really that impressive. I don't think she should have won. Next up was Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa, champion versus champion. The TBS Championship versus the Interim Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. The winner and new Interim Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Mercedes Moné, that made it her 11th world title held simultaneously, which broke the record of Ultimo Dragons, which is why she's now calling herself Ultimo Moné. I don't think it could have happened to a better wrestler. I really think she deserves it. I think that she's carrying all these companies on her back simultaneously and should get more credit than what she gets. Next up, Rodito faced AEW Unified Champion Kazuchika Okada and IWGP Champion Takeshita. AEW for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Bandito pinned Okada with a 21 gunplex. That made him the number one contender to the AEW Unified title. There's no way that should have happened. The other team deserved the titles. They're a better team. They're better as individuals. I think they should have won. Hangman Adam Page faced Samoa Joe for the AEW Men's World Championship. Hangman Adam Page won with the Buckshot Lariat, so he successfully defended his championship. Joe is on his last pro wrestling contract. He's going to be retiring at the end of this contract, so I personally would rather have seen Joe win it. I want to see Joe get the title before he retires. I really like Samoa Joe, so it'd be good to see him get a little bit of a push on his way out the door. In the main event, Jon Moxley faced Darby Allin in an I Quit match. Jon Moxley quit to a Scorpion Deathlock. that match with the broken glass and the aquarium spot where Moxley stuck Darby's head in the aquarium and was trying to drown him, I thought was really over the top and not such a good idea. Young kids watch this, and the last thing we need is some kid trying that with his best friend in the backyard somewhere and somebody end up drowning over it. I think it was a really bad idea to do that spot. I think the match itself went over the top. Darby winning was a nice touch. Overall, it was a pretty good show. I think the main event, like I said, was over the top and more than it needed to be, especially just to have a submission hold finish. If you were going to do a submission hold as a finish, they didn't need the spot with the aquarium in an I Quit match. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. And in the comment section below, tell me what you think. Did they do too much in the I Quit match, or did they not do enough, or do you think it was okay? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and have a good day.